What's up everyone, this is Ricky from No Lemons, and today I've got a BMW X3 2019. She is an xDrive and she is a 2-litre diesel engine. What does most people look for when they buy these kind of cars? When I looked into it, they actually said safety, practicality, and it drives well. So let's cover these three things, but before we do that, please press subscribe and follow this channel. There's a lot more coming up and I will really appreciate your help by doing that. Thank you. Let's go. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is practicality in the X3. So it's actually the same size or a little bit bigger than the X5 when it first came out in 1999. They've also made the weight of the car even, so taking corners is really nice and smooth. Again, in and out from the car, it's actually quite practical. And the boot as well, like most of the X cars, opens up by the button on your key, and it closes with the key. Now let's have a look at the back seat and see how practical are they. So just before I go to the back seat, I want to show you one more thing as well. The rails that you have up here, then they could be quite handy if you have a large item that you want to put up on the roof. You've got the rails here, sport. And then when you get into the back, it's quite a big opening at the back here as well. So cup holders are there, electric windows, legs room, plenty there, headroom, plenty here. Now the middle seat, it's quite comfy, and I like the fact that I can put my foot straight without having it that way or that way. Now I'm not the tallest person ever, but this is quite comfortable. If the front driver is driving quite fast, and you've got your kids at the back, they'll be flying left and right. There is not that much support here to hold you in one place. It's quite flat all around. You can't recline the seat back. This is a lot more comfortable than the BMW X1. You can actually even have two more adults in here and you won't feel like you're squashed. Now try and choose your colors correctly when you buy a leather seats. Cream color, the biggest issues with them is jeans dye transfer. The color of the jeans, because of the body temperature, could transfer over to the cushions, and it's quite of a nightmare to try and get that out. Or when you open the car at night time, it feels like daytime because of the bright lights they've got here. They've got LED lights all inside the car. They'll spend less energy as well. The middle centerpiece at the back, you can control the temperature as well, different to the temperature in the front. Armrest, pretty cool, handy to have. Cups, any size drinks can go in here, which is handy. If you've got a larger item, don't worry, you can drop this down and put a larger item also. Let's have a look at the boot and see what they have to offer. Child lock. Now the boot space, it's quite big. It's bigger than the BMW X1. It's not bigger than the BMW X5, but it's quite big. Plenty of room there. Now the one thing, as I mentioned there, that I don't like, I have to do this to drop the front seat forward, and for a premium car like this, I think that should have been standard by having it up here on the side, but it's not. You could also get rid of this. And this is quite a cool feature because I hate things moving in the boot. So if you want to get rid of this, you don't have to leave it at home. There's a perfect storage here for it. Voila. Now, opening here, you've got some more storage also. So if you're doing your shopping, you can put your shopping stuff in here. And you can put a dog net, having by here for the dog lovers out there. And the back cushion goes all the way flat, so you can fit a lot more to it. And there's a button also here to close your boot. Let's have a look at the front of the car and what does the driver feels like when he's driving this car. Now I feel a bit like an X-Man driving this car. There is an X everywhere. There's one on the door, one down here, one on the side, one outside, one at the back. You've got an X everywhere in this car. And thanks for all the kisses, but one X will do me enough. BMW MX3 is coming out soon enough. Now, you will need this feature on that car, but on this 2-liter diesel engine, you don't need it. This just tightens the back, so when you're driving quite fast, it keeps you in the same place. Now, the steering wheel feels really well. It's small, you can hold it comfortably, and you can put it down, up, in, out. It's entirely up to you, whatever your comfortable position is. And then you've got your pedals here if you want to do a bit of a crazy driving. Again, is it necessary in this car? I'm not so sure. You can pay a little bit more and get a head-up display. Would you need it for 5,200 euros more? You get a head-up display. That's quite expensive for something that it's right there. You can see what speed you're going. The xDrive, it's really simple to use, as I've mentioned in all my videos. And when it comes to storage, there's storage everywhere. There's 2 big cup holders in the middle. There is 2 on each door on the front. There is 2 at the back. You've got lots of storage in this car, and you're not going to miss out on much. The xDrive system is very smooth to use. Like, look at that, it's so smooth. There's no lag there. Now the air pressure is there as well, so if you have a flat tire, you'll get a notification and they'll tell you about it. Oil, it tells you your engine oil level is perfect. Tells you here if there's any warning or if there's any faults. There's no faults. Engine oil check on when you need to actually change the oil. Vehicle check on when it needs to go up and then get checked by BMW. Brake fluid, tells you it's all okay. The manual book is there, but you actually don't need that because all the manual information, it's up here on the screen for you if you needed to know. So you don't need the book to be in the glove compartment anymore. All the information, it's stored onto the car. Now, that's about the inside. Let's have a look at the front of the car and find out a bit about it. So the front of the car, the grille, it is big, but actually grew on me after a while. It does remind me of that ad on telly about the lipstick ad. I think it was some Get the London look, something like that. It's huge, but it's beautiful. I think it's nice. The front LED lights, they actually turn with you when you're turning as well, so it gives you a better view on the corners. And they're really, really bright, and because it's quite a high car for these upcoming cars, it brings the light down, so not a lot of people will call you a lot of different names. The front window on the car, it blocks all the UV light, and if you ever crashed, the actual window will pop out rather than pop in. Another safety feature there. Thank you, BMW. That's quite cool. Now, the side of the car and what it has, one thing that I actually don't appreciate BMW is giving us these fake things. As you can see, now, sure, it's not that fast that you need it to cool down your brake system, but don't put it there. Don't put it there if you're going to pull a fake one. I could have got one online and just stick it on the car. So, I've been driving this car for 2 weeks. It is a 2-liter diesel engine. The noise of it is quite noisy, but thank you BMW for the windows that you put on this car. It actually reduces the road noise. Now I'm going to take this car for a drive and tell you guys all about it. I forgot to mention one thing. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later. Would this be a lemon? What do I mean by lemon? Lemon cars is really cars that breaks down a lot, and this doesn't. So I don't consider it a lemon. Make sure you get the automatic over the manual, and the reason behind that is I contacted a couple of mechanics and they said the manual gearbox that they've put on this car is the same one as the BMW 5 Series, and there's a lot of issues with them. So when you are buying this car, make sure it's automatic and there's no issues with the automatic gearbox there. Engine, it's a 2-litre engine. You don't pay a lot of tax for that engine. For Ireland, it's 390 euros a year, which is cheap enough for a car that is this big, this size. Acceleration, well, when you put your foot down on the gas, it's good, but I really think it could be a little bit better, especially when you add in that turbo in there. Now bear in mind, it is 187 brake horsepower, so don't expect so much from it. If you want it to be a little bit faster and a lot more nippy when you put your foot down, then go for the 3-litre engine. It'll be a lot more faster and the lag won't be as bad then. When it comes to safety, start-stop engine, that's another safety feature there. On my daily drive, BMW Grand Coupe is rated 5-star, and this is rated 5-star safety also, but I feel like this is a lot more safer than my actual car. I don't know why, but it just feels that way. You've got 7 airbags on this car, so plenty of airbags there. Going up the hill, the car won't roll down. The auto handbrake is there, and again, that's not something on most cars. When you're going into a narrow road, the car will give you a notification saying this road is narrow. You almost be like, duh, I know I'm here, but that extra precaution, it's nice having this car, driving this car pretty much for the last 2 weeks. Do I find any negative about it? Please upgrade the sound system, because the sound system, the stock sound system that comes with this car, it is absolutely shocking bad. My ears were about to bleed from how bad the sound that comes out of them speakers. I don't even want to listen to radio. So make sure you upgrade the sound system. So what else do you need from this car to make it a perfect experience, to make it a good everyday car, or to make it worth it, the amount of money you're spending on it? You can have keyless entry as well on this car. You are going to pay a little bit more. Is it important? I don't know, it's up to you. It's one of them things that is nice to have, but if I don't have it, I won't pay for it. Another thing about technology as well, so you know, you can download the app, the xDrive app, onto your phone, and it tells you a lot of information about the car, that what kind of fuel left in the car, how much kilometers will that fuel take you to. You can switch on the heating, of course. You can lock the car by the app, and switch on the lights if you want to, and that's handy to have. The wipers are auto as well. You don't need to touch anything. As soon as it starts raining, your wipers will come on. So that's it about the BMW X3. It's practical, it's luxury, it's safe, and it's lovely looking. It took a lot out of me to say that, especially from the London look on the front of the car, but it is actually quite nice looking. It looks a lot more nicer than the last generation. Which, should you consider this car? Should you buy this car? I think you should go ahead and buy it, because it's a lovely car. That's it. Yalla.